People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now, people, if you had any sorts of doubts that Jamaica is the epicenter of wickedness and corruption, blatant, then this is going to be a case that will reaffirm or confirm. When you thought that you see some little man with them pants a sag, and you say, yo, them man ya look evilous, them look like some criminals. You have to ask yourself the question, what does a criminal look like? Who is more likely to be a criminal? It is the atypical politician looking, uptown looking, that is causing some of the most wickedest crime in Jamaica, including the takeaway of their own, the takeaway of lives, the robbery of billions of dollars. And what is even worse, at least with the man with him pants a sag, where them call the chopper, whenever them hold him, we can almost, well not almost guarantee, there's a likely possibility that he will have to pay for his crime. He is going to get arrested. He is going to get convicted. He is going to end up in a prison for the rest of his natural life. As it pertains to the criminals in a suit, there is no guarantee. As a matter of fact, the likely possibility of them even getting charged, worse convicted, worse any sorts of jail time, is very minimal, meaning low. I am speaking about a lady that lost her life on or about November 10, 2023, maybe about a month or more ago. Her name is Mrs. Melissa Silveira. She is the wife of a former MP for the PNP, Mr. Silveira. When that lady lost her life, it was kind of controversial. We saw that people were kind of mum. You were not getting too much detail as to the specific of how she lost her life. We just hear say she DEAD in her sleep. We not hear nothing else diddly squat from it. Now people, when somebody lose them life, there's always a scene of crime. There's always investigator from the homie. You know me I talk about. Them come and them check the place, check the crime scene, see if there's any sorts of foul play. Look upon the body in a intricate details, see if there's any sorts of mark around the neck, any sorts of STRANGLE, finish the rest of the word, any sorts of entry or exit, corn up, any sorts of utensil, any sorts of force trauma to that body. So therefore they can make a determination whether this person actually DIED in her sleep or she was KILLED and put to sleep. In this case, what we thought was maybe she did have some sorts of natural cause, heart attack, or she had some sorts of ailment, medical condition that caused her to lose her life. We thought that it was a case like this. Only to understand or only for hear say there is now this case of person losing their life in a them sleep has now escalated. That means them take it to a next level, to a MURDER investigation. And one of the person that is a person of interest is her own husband, Mr. Silveira, former PNP. So people like me say, somebody had to come there and investigate. That investigator must have seen, because people, based on what the investigators are now saying, not just one, not just two, but at least 3 con, that means that 3 separate hole, and even some exit wound must have been there. It must have been obvious That means that there must have been some sorts of BLOOD, some sort of splatter, some sort of thing on the dress where she have on. Something had to have shown you it would have been quite obvious in any case in which people lose them life. Truth be told, sometimes people get caught up and you hardly see any sorts of BLOOD. However, those are isolated incidents. 99.99% of the time, whenever somebody get caught, there's going to be a whole bunch of BLOOD a leak out. Pretty much they're going to be drenched in their own BLOOD. So therefore, for an investigator or popo to come there, pick up the body, look on the body, determine that she just DEAD in her sleep, that means it seems as if somebody get some sorts of money, somebody take some sorts of bribe, somebody get paid out for cover some sorts of MURDER. People, this is quite obvious. It could not have been any sorts of a mistake. Me can't understand if she gets some sorts of lick and the body kind of not show it or something like that. For example, somebody pad up something and lick somebody them head with some sorts of big stone or some sorts of metal or pipe or whatever. Then you're not going to see that. However, when you examine as an investigator, especially working for the homicide people, you have to see something, especially something after dead. So what this tells you is that either them cover it up, them clean it up at that house, or she was taken out somewhere else and then brought to the house. That is suspicion. The people may come from the place where pick up the body. The person that did the autopsy before, and people, I don't know if this is a separate autopsy or one was done before and them say she does DEAD in her sleep. I doubt it very much. However, this is the official autopsy, and obviously they could not infiltrate or corrupt the person that is doing the autopsy. At least we can say there is at least one person or one set of people that are not taking bribe, that are doing their job. Cannot say the same for the JCF officers, specifically the officer that is involved in this. Now people, based on the information that I am getting, like I said, it has now moved from just some sorts of somebody DEAD in them sleep to now a MURDER investigation, because exactly that is what it is. Based on what Mr. Silveira is saying, at the time in which the wife lost her life or was found in her sleep, or was SHOT and the BODY brought to their house, he was not there, and people, conveniently, he was missing. Not saying that he was not there, but me just say, more than likely, this is what you would have heard. More than likely, this man can probably get some sorts of family member, some sorts of friend that are willing to put their integrity, willing to put their decency, willing to put their own reputation upon the line for life for this man, because people, we have seen it over and over. We should not be surprised by anything that we see in Jamaica, where the people that are supposed to have integrity, the people supposed to have morals and scruples and ethics, they are nothing worse or better than the common criminal, whichever way you want to look at it. So therefore, him not say nothing, him not come out and make out any sort of grievance statement and I say, Lord, me can't believe so them take on my wife and them can't con up my wife. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to put the best investigators. We're not going to spare any sorts of expense or manpower or any sorts of money. None at all. It is like a bomb shell just drop on Jamaica all of a sudden. And what is even worse, like most top criminals in Jamaica, whenever them get in any sorts of trouble, they then retain the services of one particular person. There's like a couple of them. Mr. Peter Champagne is the most notable. And people like me say, Mr. Peter Champagne is doing his job allegedly. However, I have to wonder sometime how this man sleep, because he seems to take on any sort of case. It does not matter who it is. If I the devil from down at hell, he will take that devil and turn him or paint him in the heavens, send some sort of God like character. People, me just say, the man a do him job, him a hustle, him a make him money, so therefore if client come and them can pay and them can somehow convince him that they are innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt, then he is going to take that money. Me just say, so many big cases that we've seen, and this is not any sort of indictment or any sort of talking bad, but me just say, this is what we see. It is out there in the news. I am not making this up. So based on what the Popo are saying, the investigators were by the house, the family house, for most of the day, and they're gathering information, and he was questioned. He retained the services of the top lawyer, like me say. I am assuming that his lawyer was present during the question and answer session. People, this is Jamaica. We've seen it too often. These people, criminals in a suit, they do not care. They are just as barefaced and brazen like the common criminal. They can do stuff. The system allows, the system facilitates them. In the body club, it is not what you do or who do what. It is who you know and who you can retain. Based on what we've seen, even the people and the top investigators, we should not be surprised even though them come out and make some sort of bold statement or have some sort of conference and talk about them are going to do this and them are going to do that. It is these same people, top popo, that sometimes corrupt, because talk make and people are tell people, say, listen, you see the man there a power man, the man there is a part of the clique, leave that man alone and find somebody else to go investigate. That man is untouchable. That man is like a mobster and people. That is exactly what most of these criminals are, or most of these suit politicians are. These people have realized that them can thief billions of dollars. Them can take away anybody, including them pitney, including them wife. And I am not saying that this man took away his wife. Me just say, something sound too good. 2 and 2 does that make 4? It make 22. It make 222. It make 2,222. It don't make 22,222. It don't make none at all. People, these people are criminal. So my point is that hope for the best and expect the worst. I would not be surprised if the only thing that this man gets is questioned, and even if him get locked up, he is going to be out on bail. He is not going to be a flight risk. This case is going to drag on for in excess of a decade. I only hope that the wife, family have as much money as he does, or as much power as he does. If not, nothing is going to come out of this. It is going to be a next case that is going to be swept under the rug. There is going to be some sorts of delayed tactics. People, just my opinion. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.